The notion of a future self is a compelling concept that calls us to ponder who we will become. It's like having a conversation across the boundaries of time, a heart-to-heart with the person you're destined to be. But who is this future self? It's you, shaped by the choices you make today, living on a timeline crafted by your current decisions and level of consciousness. Our grasp of time is often fluid. Sometimes it zips by in a flash. At other times, it drags its heels. This elasticity of time underscores the vital point that the future isn't preordained. Just as you might choose one path over another, say, pursuing basketball over piano, your future shifts in response. Each choice you make today ripples through time, altering the person you will eventually become. The power of choice is both liberating and daunting. From the seemingly trivial decision to hit the snooze button to the major life paths we embark upon, every choice adds a brushstroke to the canvas of our future. And here's the kicker. These choices don't just shape you, they also offer clues to understanding your future self. So, why does this matter? Because recognizing the link between your choices and your future self invites a sense of responsibility and empowerment. It's a call to live intentionally, to make choices that align with the life you aspire to lead. In doing so, you not only shape your future, but also create a life that your future self will thank you for. 1. Your mistakes are valuable. In life, we often view mistakes and setbacks as blemishes, stains on the fabric of our existence that we'd rather hide or erase. But consider this. What if our mistakes are more like the weathered patches on a well-loved quilt? Each patch tells a story, adds character, and ultimately makes the quilt more unique and cherished. The very flaws we try to conceal are what make us whole and complete. Take scars, for example. Scars don't detract from your beauty. They accentuate it by adding depth and texture to who you are. Just as a patchwork quilt gains its charm from its assorted pieces, your scars, both physical and emotional, add layers to your identity. They're evidence of battles fought and lessons learned. Each one reveals a little more about who you are and who you're becoming. When you face a setback or make a mistake, you're given a valuable opportunity for growth. These experiences might hurt in the moment, like touching a hot stove. Yet just as that quick recoil teaches you to be cautious around heat, life's stumbles teach you vital lessons. They shake you up, force you to confront your weaknesses, and sometimes even break your heart. But in that brokenness, you find room for new light, new wisdom, and new growth to fill the spaces. So the next time you find yourself in the aftermath of a mistake or facing a hurdle, remember the quilt. Don't rush to cover the patches that seem out of place. Embrace them. These are the experiences that enrich your tapestry of life, making you a more intricate, resilient, and beautiful human being. Thank your setbacks for what they are, building blocks for the masterpiece that is you. 2. Always be yourself. Imagine you're a one-of-a-kind puzzle piece. If you're trying to change your shape to fit where you don't belong, the entire picture becomes incomplete. Life is like that puzzle, made richer by each individual's unique shape and colors. When you're unafraid to be yourself, you not only complete your own picture, but also help complete the collective image we all form together. You might have been told you're too much of this or too little of that, too passionate, too intense, or even too quiet. But the qualities some people might want you to suppress are often your most valuable gifts. Just like the one puzzle piece has curves and edges meant to fit perfectly somewhere, your characteristics have a purpose. They make you stand out, and that's where your power lies. People may try to shape you into a version that's convenient for them, but remember, convenience often leads to forgettable experiences. You weren't born to be forgotten or to blend into the crowd. You were born to shine in your unique way. A quote that beautifully captures this idea is, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else as the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. So go ahead and embrace your uniqueness. Rejoice in your quirks and idiosyncrasies. Never apologize for being who you are, because that's how you'll make the most meaningful impact on the world. Your true self is not just acceptable, it's essential. And that's a piece of wisdom your future self would want you to remember. 3. Take it day by day. Life can sometimes feel like a winding river, where it's tempting to worry about the bends and turns up ahead. But just like a boat navigates water one stroke at a time, taking life day by day is key. Anxiety and worry can easily cloud your vision, like fog on a river, making it hard to see or appreciate what's directly in front of you. It's akin to carrying tomorrow's rain clouds today. It dampens the present without clearing the future. The trick is to break it down. Make your life manageable by setting small, achievable goals. Think of it as focusing on each individual stroke as you row, rather than fretting about the river's end. Every stroke, every day, contributes to your journey, but none should bear the weight of the entire voyage. This perspective doesn't just alleviate stress, but it also creates room for you to appreciate and engage in the current moment. The quote, "Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength," by Corrie ten Boom, encapsulates this idea perfectly. The more you entrust in the natural course of events, the easier it becomes to relinquish control over the uncontrollable. It allows you to free up emotional bandwidth to focus on what you can influence, your actions and attitudes today. Remember the winding river. Each bend is just a small part of a much bigger journey. By embracing the present and taking it one stroke, or day, at a time, you cultivate a life rich in moments fully lived, and you give yourself the peace and the strength to navigate future challenges. 4. Learn to say no. Saying no can be one of the hardest things to do, but it's also one of the most powerful tools you have for maintaining your own well-being. Think of yourself as a house. Your time, energy, and emotions are the rooms within it. If you open your doors wide and let everyone in, you'll soon find there's no space left for you. Setting boundaries is like putting up a fence around your house. It doesn't mean you're shutting people out. It means you're clearly marking where your personal space begins and ends. This fence protects your emotional and mental garden, making sure it's not trampled or disregarded. Now, let's dispel a common myth. Saying no is not selfish. Quite the opposite, actually. It's an act of self-respect. Imagine you're on a flight and the oxygen masks drop. The first thing you're told is to secure your own mask before helping others. The same principle applies in life. You need to take care of yourself first in order to be there for others. When you say no to things that drain you, you're better able to say yes to the things that enrich you and the people you care about. A meaningful quote to ponder is, "Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others." Brené Brown. This courage not only strengthens your sense of self, but also sets the tone for how others should treat you. The fence around your house, the boundaries you set, tells the world that you value yourself. And when you value yourself, others begin to value you too. 5. Be present, because nothing lasts. One moment you're here, surrounded by people, experiences and feelings, and then before you know it, the landscape changes. Many people fear this constant change, but the beauty of life lies in its impermanence. When we embrace the temporary nature of all things, each moment gains a richer hue. Each interaction becomes a treasure to be held, not clung to. Knowing that nothing lasts forever can be liberating. It can free us from the shackles of regret, resentment, and worry about the future. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes or fretting over future hurdles, we can focus on the now. This is where the Stoic practice of memento mori becomes deeply relevant. It's a Latin phrase that means remember you must die. Far from being morbid, it serves as a grounding reminder that our time is finite, nudging us to make the most of each present moment. Impermanence also teaches us to value what we have while we have it. Relationships, opportunities, even our own abilities, they're not given, they're loaned. Appreciating them in the present moment can heighten our experience of life, making every hug deeper, every laugh louder, and every experience richer. So the next time you catch yourself worrying about change, pause and consider the concept of memento mori. It has the power to shift your perspective, encouraging you to cherish each moment as if it were a gift to be unwrapped, not a possession to be hoarded. 6. Love yourself. Often, we're our own harshest critics. We hold ourselves to high standards and beat ourselves up when we fall short. But what if we treated ourselves the way we treat a good friend? This is where the importance of self-compassion comes in. It's the practice of treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and support that we would offer to a friend in times of need. Science backs up the benefits of self-compassion. Research has shown that people who practice self-compassion are less likely to experience anxiety and depression. They're also more likely to engage in healthy behaviors like exercise and balanced eating. This isn't just feel-good talk. It's backed by studies that show a tangible link between self-compassion and emotional well-being. Being kind to ourselves also enables us to bounce back from setbacks more easily. When we're compassionate towards ourselves, failure becomes an opportunity to learn, rather than a mark of inadequacy. It shifts the narrative from I am bad to I can do better next time. But how do we cultivate this trait? It starts with self-awareness. Notice the language you use with yourself. Are you saying things to yourself that you would never say to a friend? Challenge those thoughts. Replace them with words of kindness and encouragement. In sum, self-compassion is no small thing. It's a life changer. It fortifies our mental health, improves our resilience, and can even encourage healthier life choices. So the next time you find yourself in a loop of self-criticism, take a step back and ask, would I say this to someone I care about? If the answer is no, it's time for kinder inner dialogue. 7. Go within. In a world that's always buzzing, always demanding our attention, the act of finding stillness can seem almost rebellious. Yet, going within, taking time to just be, can be one of the most valuable things you can do for yourself. This isn't just about closing your eyes and breathing deeply, although that's a good start. It's about creating a space where you can hear your own thoughts and feel your own presence. The benefits of this practice aren't abstract. They're both mental and physical. Studies have shown that periods of stillness or meditation can reduce stress hormones, improve focus, and even help with problem solving. When we quiet the noise around us, the noise inside us quiets too. This can lead to better decision making, as our minds aren't clouded by unnecessary distractions. It's in these moments of quiet that you can truly connect with your instincts. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something but couldn't explain why? That's your instinct talking. When we're still, we can tune into this inner wisdom more clearly. Trusting our instincts doesn't mean disregarding logic. It means listening to that inner voice and weighing it alongside our rational thoughts. If this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more insights. To dive even deeper, you can join our Patreon or membership program. Also, be sure to check out the recommended books in the description below for more valuable knowledge. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.